For my Hilltop, I ask the essential question: how can meditation and holistic studies create effective changes for modern society? In the time that I had, I researched how meditation and holistic practices can affect our eating habits, our hustle culture, our plastic usage, and our prison system. First off, eating habits. Human beings understand a knee jerk reaction. They understand that if you put your hand on something hot, it will hurt, and they are less likely to do it. Something more long term, like go outside or bad things will happen, is harder to understand. There is no knee jerk reaction. This applies to eating habits as well. Um, we all know eating better is good for us and we should do it and blah, 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 but there is no knee jerk reaction. For example, I could have a burger and maybe later I'll feel not too great, but in the moment, I don't really feel any consequence to it. That makes it actually harder for us to eat better. There is no knee jerk reaction. With mindfulness, what you are doing is you are practicing being in the present moment. You are practicing being in your body and noticing its reactions. So, over time, mindfulness makes you incredibly aware of what different foods affect your body. For example, my experiences with meditation and mindfulness have made it so that I understand that if I eat something greasy, what will happen is my body will become tired. I'll get tired. I'll get really exhausted. Everything feels heavier. I feel as if there's a huge weight on me and it's really hard to focus. I also notice that if I eat an apple, it just feels like I'm more elevated. It's easier to focus and I have an easier time expressing myself and expressing what I feel and being more energized. Yoga has a similar effect to mindfulness. We can communicate with our bodies easily. I know this sounds like a really abstract concept, but our bodies send us messages all the time. The question is, do we listen? With the art of yoga, it actually becomes a lot easier to hear those messages, so to speak. And we become better at understanding the reactions that happen inside our body, especially in terms of eating. The next thing I have is on hustle culture. Now, working to yourself to the core is not healthy and it's definitely not virtuous by any means. It's damaging our minds and our bodies. Our continuous need to work ourselves to the bone is detrimental to our short term and long term health. But this begs the question, how do we stop? Meditation slows you down. It provides a break for your mind and body and actually undoes all the stress you've accumulated. You're not constantly on the go, go, go. You also become more effective with your work. You're more creative, alert, and energetic, and you can tackle your work much better. So not only is meditation giving you a rest, but it's also allowing you to tackle your work with a much more effective and clear mind. Mindfulness also helps with this concept. Mindfulness is the practice of coming into the present moment. We train ourselves to stop feeling like we're constantly on the go, constantly feel like we have to do something, constantly being dragged somewhere else. And we can set aside time to fully come into the moment. So I have personally noticed that meditation and mindfulness really help me when I'm feeling stressed out and I feel like I have so many things to do. Next thing I have is on plastic usage. For plastic usage, I have mindfulness. I know this sounds abstract. How can mindfulness help with plastic usage? But keep with me. Going back to hustle culture, we're constantly on the go. We're constantly move, move, move. Now, if we're so busy all the time, we actually can't slow down. We can't stop. And what does this mean? That means that convenience becomes our top priority. We need things to like go, go, go all the time. And when we have to go, go, go all the time, convenience helps us with that. So, what does that mean? Plastic becomes a really great option for you because let's just face it, plastic is convenient. Plastic is disposable. It's cheap. It's just easy. And if we're constantly on the go, we will use plastic. We're not going to give it up. Mindfulness, again, is the coming back into the present moment. It's stopping. It's stopping that go, go, go all the time. When we stop doing that, convenience no longer becomes our biggest priority, and we can slow down. We can see the options that we have. And since convenience is no longer our top priority, we can go to alternatives to plastic. The next thing I have is on the prison system. According to Emily Fletcher, world-renowned meditation expert, meditation boosts your mirror neural activity. What are mirror neurons? Mirror neurons are neurons that are responsible for the neuroscience behind empathy. They are the reason why we as human beings can empathize so well with one another, and it's why we tend to reflect what others are doing in our environment. Um, that's actually a fun fact why when someone else yawns in a room, you will yawn as well. Your mirror neurons are going off. Now, a study done on the effects of transcendental meditation also showed that when prisoners were doing it, they showed boosted empathy and calmness and rationality, and a decrease in hostility and impulsivity and anger. Yoga has a similar effect as well. The effects of yoga has countless benefits, but again, how does it apply to the prison system? An initiative to teach prisoners yoga has brought great changes to the lives of prisoners. Someone from the Prison Yoga Project reported that yoga allowed him to, and I quote, cleanse myself, I heal myself, I put myself together to become whole. It's different from the ego. It's not that others don't matter. After cleaning myself, I try to form a union with others around me. To make better decisions, I remember that echo. The renewal is exactly what yoga seeks, evolution, knowing that change is possible in a way that is organic. This is beautiful, and this shows exactly the beauty of holistic practices in a prison system. They boost empathy. They boost your ability to cooperate, to understand again that your actions have impacts on others, and it allows you to better care that your actions affect others. This is all I had for my Hilltop. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for listening.